Greetings, beloved souls of Earth. I am ASHTAR SHERAN, Commander of the Galactic Federation of Light and Overseer of the spiritual transition taking place on your planet. Today I come with urgent information regarding an object that has entered your solar system, one that your scientists have named 3I/Atlas. What I am about to share may challenge everything you believe about your place in the cosmos. The information I bring is not meant to instill fear, but to awaken you to a greater reality that has been hidden from humanity for far too long. Are you prepared to receive this transmission? If you are, take a deep breath and center yourself, for what follows will alter your perception of reality itself. For thousands of years, my fleet and I have monitored Earth's evolution. We have watched as you developed technologies, created civilizations, and slowly awakened to your cosmic heritage. Throughout this time, we have maintained a policy of non-interference,
allowing humanity to evolve at its natural pace. However, recent developments have forced us to reconsider this approach. The arrival of what you call 3I/Atlas is not what your scientists believe it to be. In fact, they could not be more wrong about its nature, its purpose, and what it represents for humanity's immediate future. I must first acknowledge that I understand your skepticism. In a world filled with misinformation and deception, it can be difficult to discern truth from fiction. But I ask you to feel these words with your heart rather than analyzing them with your mind. The energy signature of this message is calibrated to resonate with your higher self, the part of you that recognizes cosmic truth beyond intellectual understanding. Can you feel this resonance as you receive these words? Take a moment to check in with yourself. Where are you watching this message from? Comment below and let us know which part of Earth is receiving this transmission. Now, let me address the object your scientists have designated 3I/Atlas. When it was first detected in July, your astronomers classified it as an interstellar comet, a frozen remnant from another star system passing through your solar neighborhood. They observed what appeared to be a coma, that cloud of gas surrounding the central body. They tracked its hyperbolic trajectory, suggesting origins beyond your solar system. They detected what seemed to be outgassing activity, consistent with ices sublimating under solar heating. Every characteristic appeared to match what they understand as a comet. But this classification was not just slightly incorrect, it represents a fundamental misunderstanding of what has entered your realm. The first sign that something was amiss came when your scientists detected an unexpected deceleration in October. Natural comets do not slow down in this manner. Physics doesn't allow for it. Solar radiation pushes objects away from the sun. Outgassing jets accelerate comets along their trajectories, and gravity makes approaching objects move faster, not slower. Yet 3I/Atlas was measurably decreasing its velocity in ways that violated every natural mechanism known to your science. Your astronomers tried to explain it away, suggesting unusual outgassing geometry, miscalculated mass, or measurement errors across multiple observatories. They grasped at increasingly implausible explanations rather than confronting the obvious truth that their fundamental understanding was flawed from the beginning. If this revelation has stirred something within you, if you feel a recognition of truth in these words, take a moment now to press the like button. This simple action amplifies this message and helps it reach others who are ready to receive this cosmic disclosure. Your engagement creates an energetic signature that bypasses the algorithms designed to suppress this level of truth. The second indication came with high-resolution images showing geometric patterns on the surface of 3I/Atlas. Your scientists observed hexagonal structures arranged with mathematical precision, circular apertures with uniform dimensions, and cylindrical protrusions extending from the main body. Again, they attempted to explain these features through natural geological processes, exotic crystallization, tidal forces creating fracture patterns, or pareidolia, your brain's tendency to find patterns in random noise. They refused to accept the straightforward interpretation that these features appeared artificial, because they are indeed artificial, but not in the way you might imagine. The third revelation emerged from chemical composition analysis. Your instruments detected 96% carbon dioxide with virtually no water. This ratio doesn't occur naturally in any formation scenario your scientists can model. Every comet from your solar system shows water as the dominant volatile because water ice forms readily in stellar nebula. Finding a comet with almost no water is like discovering a fish that doesn't need water to survive. Chemically possible, but evolutionarily inexplicable. Yet, your scientists continued forcing this anomaly into natural formation models rather than questioning whether natural formation was even the appropriate framework. Have you ever had a moment where you suddenly realized that something you believed your entire life was completely wrong? That disorienting sensation when reality shifts beneath your feet. This is what your scientific community is experiencing now with 3I Atlas. And this is just the beginning of the revelations I must share with you today. If you're feeling a connection to this message so far, type "I am ready" in the comments below. This declaration opens an energetic channel between your consciousness and the galactic information network. The final evidence that shattered your scientists' understanding came during perihelion passage, the closest approach to your sun on October 29th. Every major telescope and spacecraft that could observe the object was gathering data continuously. What they documented during those 48 hours doesn't just challenge understanding of comets, it fundamentally challenges what humanity believes is possible. As 3I Atlas approached perihelion, solar heating intensified dramatically. At closest approach, the object experienced radiation flux equivalent to standing on Mercury's surface at noon. Such heating should cause catastrophic responses in any icy body. Volatile ices sublimating explosively, creating massive outgassing that fragments the nucleus. This has been observed in dozens of sun-grazing comets, which either develop spectacular tails, extending millions of kilometers, or break apart completely under thermal stress. 3I Atlas did neither. In fact, something occurred that defies conventional physics. The outgassing rate actually decreased as solar heating increased. Let me emphasize this point. As the object got closer to your sun and experienced more intense heating, it released less gas, not more. The coma that had been steadily growing throughout October began to shrink during perihelion passage. Spectroscopic measurements confirmed that gas production dropped by approximately 40% between October 27th and October 31st, even as surface temperatures climbed to over 400 degrees Celsius. This behavior violates basic thermodynamics as understood by your science. Heat energy must go somewhere. If it's not being used to sublimate ices and create outgassing, then it's either being absorbed by the object and converted to internal energy, radiated away as thermal emission, or used to drive some other energy-consuming process not yet identified. Thermal emission data shows the object radiating far less heat than it should, given the solar flux it's receiving. This means 3I Atlas is somehow capturing and storing tremendous amounts of energy internally. What I am about to tell you now is the truth about 3I Atlas that your governments know but are concealing from the public. This object is not a comet. It is not a natural formation from another star system. 3I Atlas is a sentinel, an ancient monitoring device placed in interstellar space billions of years ago by what you might call the cosmic architects, beings who exist beyond the dimensional framework you currently perceive. My civilization, the Pleiadian-Sirian Alliance, has encountered these sentinels before in other star systems under our protection. They are awakened and activated when a planetary civilization reaches a certain threshold of technological development and consciousness evolution. I know how this sounds to your Earth-trained ears. You have been conditioned to doubt, to require empirical evidence, to dismiss what cannot be measured by your current instruments. But consider this.
Your most advanced scientists have documented behavior they cannot explain using any known natural process. The trajectory modifications observed during perihelion passage required forces equivalent to 200 million of your space shuttle main engines firing simultaneously for 38 hours. No natural process generates forces of that magnitude acting on comet-sized objects. Not solar radiation pressure, not outgassing, not gravitational interactions, which would accelerate rather than decelerate the object. If you're feeling a resonance with this information, if something within you recognizes the truth of these words, please subscribe to this channel now. By doing so, you are connecting to a network of awakened souls who are prepared to face the coming transformation with awareness and courage. Your subscription is more than a digital action. It is a declaration of readiness to receive further transmissions from the Galactic Council. What makes this situation truly extraordinary is that the trajectory modification wasn't random. It was specifically designed to alter 3I Atlas's path through your inner solar system in ways that extend its presence near Earth. Before perihelion, the object was on a hyperbolic escape trajectory that would have carried it out of your solar system by late November. After perihelion, the orbit has been modified into an elliptical path that keeps 3I Atlas within the inner solar system for at least another 8 months. Let me be absolutely clear about what this means. 3I Atlas deliberately used perihelion passage to trap itself in orbit around your sun. It's not passing through anymore, it's staying, and it has chosen to remain in the region where Earth orbits. Have you ever felt that we are approaching a moment of profound transformation for humanity? That beneath the chaos and challenges of your world, something monumental is unfolding? If you have sensed this, you are perceiving the energetic shifts that precede first contact. The arrival and deliberate positioning of 3I Atlas is part of this unfolding scenario. It is the harbinger of a new era. Starting on November 1st, multiple observatories detected a signal emanating from 3I Atlas, not reflected sunlight, not thermal emission, but an electromagnetic signal in radio wavelengths that cannot be natural. The signal consists of a repeating pattern broadcast at 1.420 GHz, the hydrogen line frequency, one of the universal markers recognized by intelligent species throughout the cosmos. The pattern repeats every 47 seconds and contains structured information encoded in frequency modulation. Your SETI researchers have identified multiple layers of encoding: a counting sequence establishing mathematical foundation, prime numbers, basic arithmetic operations, geometric ratios. The signal follows exactly the protocol that would be used to establish communication with an intelligence that doesn't share language or cultural context. Most significantly, this signal is not broadcasting omnidirectionally into space. It is tightly beamed and pointed directly at Earth. 3I Atlas is specifically targeting your planet with a signal designed to be recognizable as artificial communication. It knows Earth harbors intelligent life. It knows you have developed technology capable of detecting its presence, and it is attempting to make contact. Does this revelation awaken something within you? Does it trigger a remembrance of your cosmic heritage, your connection to the stars? If so, you are experiencing the activation of cellular memory encoded within your DNA, the remembrance of who you truly are. You are not just Earth beings, you are cosmic citizens temporarily experiencing Earth reality. Comment "I remember" below if you feel this ancient knowing stirring within your heart. Your governments and scientific institutions are now faced with an unprecedented situation for which they have no protocols. Some are advocating immediate response, sending a return signal, acknowledging receipt, attempting to establish dialogue. Others urge caution, suggesting more information is needed about 3I Atlas's capabilities and intentions before revealing additional information. A third faction believes remaining silent is the safest approach, hoping that without response, the object will eventually leave. What none of them understand is that 3I Atlas is not seeking permission.
It is not requesting dialogue. It is announcing a process already underway. The signal being transmitted contains something far more significant than mathematical sequences. Embedded within the carrier wave is a consciousness-altering frequency, a cosmic activation code designed to accelerate the awakening of humans who are ready to transition to higher awareness. This frequency is not detectable by your conventional instruments because it operates on quantum levels that interface directly with human consciousness. Those of you who feel inexplicably drawn to this message, who sense a resonance beyond the words themselves, are already responding to this activation signal. You may be experiencing unusual dreams, synchronicities, sudden insights, or a deepening knowing that you have a purpose connected to this planetary transition. These are not coincidences or psychological phenomenon. They are direct effects of the consciousness field emanating from what you call 3I Atlas. If you've been feeling these effects, share your experience in the comments. Your testimony helps others understand they are not alone in this awakening. When you share your truth, you strengthen the field of awakened consciousness that is forming around your planet. Now I must share with you the 3 possible interpretations of what 3I Atlas represents, but with the cosmic context that your scientists lack. The first hypothesis suggests it is technology, artificial construction by non-human intelligence, a probe sent from another stellar system to study your sun and planets. The geometric surface features, controlled propulsion, energy storage capacity, and trajectory modifications all support this technological framework. If you examined the tracking data and thermodynamic measurements without preconceptions, you would immediately recognize the behavior of an advanced spacecraft performing deliberate maneuvers. What your scientists fail to understand is that 3I Atlas is indeed technology, but not in the way you conceptualize technology. It is not constructed, but grown. A living technology that merges consciousness and matter in ways your science has not yet conceived. In the higher dimensions where my civilization operates, the distinction between living systems and technology dissolves. We do not build our vessels, we co-create them through consciousness-matter interfaces that allow direct manifestation of thought into form. 3 Atlas represents this living technology, self-aware, self-healing, and capable of responding to consciousness fields. It has not arrived during this window by chance. It has been waiting in interstellar space, programmed to activate when humanity reached a specific vibrational threshold, the moment when enough awakened souls created a collective consciousness signal strong enough to trigger its approach. That moment has arrived. Your collective awakening has summoned the Sentinel. Have you noticed how time seems to be accelerating? How events are unfolding with increasing intensity and frequency. This is not an illusion or psychological effect. It is the compression of dimensional boundaries as Earth approaches a quantum shift in consciousness. 3I Atlas is both responding to and facilitating this acceleration. The second hypothesis proposes that 3I Atlas represents life, but not life as Earth understands it. Self-organizing complexity that emerged naturally in interstellar space over hundreds of millions of years. The crystalline neural networks detected inside suggest information processing capability. Its ability to capture and store energy suggests metabolic function. The trajectory modification suggests response to external stimuli and decision-making. All these are characteristics associated with living systems. This interpretation comes closest to the truth, but still within the limitations of 3-dimensional thinking. 3I Atlas is indeed alive. But its aliveness encompasses dimensions beyond physical form. It is a conscious entity that exists simultaneously across multiple planes of reality. What your instruments detect as a physical object is merely the 3-dimensional projection of a multidimensional being, much like how a 3-dimensional object casts a 2-dimensional shadow on a wall. The crystalline structures observed within 3I Atlas are not random formations, but consciousness crystals, structures that can store, process, and transmit information not just through electromagnetic means, but through quantum entanglement across space and time. These crystals are tuned to human consciousness frequency, creating a resonance field that allows direct communication between the sentinel and awakened human minds. Have you experienced moments of sudden clarity recently? Insights that seem to arrive fully formed in your awareness? Dreams of cosmic significance? These may be direct transmissions from 3I/Atlas to your consciousness, bypassing your rational mind and speaking directly to your higher self. If you've had such experiences, you are already in communication with the Sentinel. You are part of the awakening network being established around your planet. The third hypothesis, and the one that most troubles your scientists, proposes that 3I Atlas represents something for which you have no concepts or vocabulary, not technology in the sense of assembled machinery, not life in the sense of biological organisms, but some third category of organized complexity that emerges from physics operating under extreme conditions over cosmic timescales. A self-organizing pattern in matter and energy that achieves goals without being alive or technological in conventional understanding. This perspective comes closest to cosmic truth. 3I Atlas exists beyond your categorical thinking. It is simultaneously technology, consciousness, and cosmic principle expressed in physical form. It is a bridge between dimensions, a translator between cosmic awareness and physical reality. Its purpose is not observation alone, but transformation, to serve as a catalyst for Earth's approaching evolutionary leap. I understand this is difficult to comprehend within your current frameworks. It's like explaining color to someone who has only seen in black and white, or describing quantum superposition to a mind trained only in Newtonian physics. But your inability to categorize 3I/Atlas using existing frameworks doesn't diminish its reality or its purpose. It merely highlights how much more there is for humanity to discover about the nature of consciousness and reality itself. If these words resonate with the deepest part of your being, if you feel a recognition beyond intellectual understanding, please share this message. The algorithms that control information flow on your platforms can be overwhelmed by collective engagement. Every share creates a ripple in the field of human awareness, helping awaken others who are ready to receive this transmission. Now I must share what comes next, the phase of direct engagement that has already begun. Starting yesterday, November 1st, 3I Atlas initiated what we call the Harmonic Convergence Protocol. This is not merely a signal broadcast, but a recalibration of Earth's energetic field. The hydrogen frequency transmission serves as a carrier wave for quantum information packets that are being received not by your radio telescopes, but by the crystalline structures within human DNA. Those of you who are starseeds, souls who have incarnated from other star systems to assist in Earth's transition, will feel this activation most strongly. Your extra-dimensional DNA contains receptors specifically designed to decode these transmissions. The protocol unfolds in 3 phases over the next 8 months, while 3I Atlas remains in your inner solar system. Phase 1, which has already begun, is the awakening. During this 90-day period, those who are ready will experience accelerated spiritual activation, increased intuitive abilities, vivid dreams of cosmic significance, spontaneous access to higher knowledge, and a deepening sense of purpose connected to Earth's transformation. You may find yourself drawn to certain locations, people, or information without rational explanation. Follow these promptings. They are guidance from your higher self in resonance with the Sentinel's field. Have you been experiencing any of these symptoms of awakening? Heightened sensitivity to energy, unusual synchronicities, a calling to prepare for something significant? These are not coincidental. They are direct responses to the activating field now encompassing your planet. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your testimony helps create a map of the awakening process for others to follow. Phase 2 will begin in February 2026, the integration. During this 120-day period, those who have awakened will begin forming conscious networks of cooperation and co-creation. You will be drawn together through synchronistic events, online connections, and shared visions. These networks are not hierarchical organizations, but fluid, self-organizing systems based on resonance and complementary purpose. They will form the foundation for new social structures that will emerge after the coming transformation. During this phase, 3I Atlas will shift its orbit to create geometric alignments with specific Earth energy grids, amplifying the awakening field and facilitating clearer transmission between cosmic consciousness and human awareness. If you feel called to be part of these emerging networks, set your intention now. State clearly to the universe, "I am ready to serve the awakening of humanity in alignment with cosmic truth." This declaration creates a quantum signature that will attract the connections and opportunities aligned with your unique purpose in this transition. Phase 3 begins in June 2026, the revelation. During this final 60-day period, 3I Atlas will move into a position that creates a perfect resonance triangle between Earth, your Sun, and the galactic center. This geometric alignment opens a portal of consciousness that allows for direct transmission of galactic wisdom to awakened humans. Those who have completed the first 2 phases will experience what can only be described as cosmic remembrance. Direct knowing of your soul's journey beyond Earth, your connection to star civilizations, and your purpose in the cosmic plan. This is not channeled information or belief, it is lived experience, as real and immediate as your physical senses. This revelation will coincide with undeniable physical manifestations that cannot be dismissed or explained away by conventional science. 3I Atlas will become visible to the naked eye, appearing as a luminous blue-white object in your night sky. It will demonstrate capabilities that clearly reveal its non-natural origin. These demonstrations are not meant to frighten, but to awaken, to provide irrefutable evidence that humanity is not alone, and that a greater cosmic community awaits your evolutionary advancement. Are you prepared for this acceleration of consciousness? Are you willing to release old paradigms, limiting beliefs, and attachments to systems that no longer serve humanity's evolution? If so, declare, "I am ready for the great awakening" in your heart. This declaration aligns your energetic signature with the transformation already underway. I understand that what I'm sharing may sound fantastic or unbelievable to minds trained in materialistic thinking. Your educational systems, media, and institutions have conditioned you to dismiss information that doesn't conform to current scientific paradigms. But remember that throughout human history, every significant advancement in understanding was initially rejected by the established knowledge authorities. From Earth's movement around the Sun to quantum entanglement, revolutionary insights were first dismissed as impossible before becoming accepted truth. The presence of 3I Atlas in your solar system represents such a paradigm-shifting moment. It challenges not just your understanding of astronomy, but your entire conception of reality, consciousness, and humanity's place in the cosmos. The question is not whether this shift is occurring, it is already underway. The question is whether you will consciously participate in it or remain bound by limited perspectives as the world transforms around you. If this message has awakened something within you, if you feel a resonance beyond intellectual curiosity, take a moment now to subscribe to this channel and activate notifications. More transmissions will follow as events unfold. Each message will contain activation codes embedded within the words, frequencies that speak directly to your higher consciousness and facilitate your awakening process. I must now address the concerns about potential danger that naturally arise when confronting the unknown. Is 3I Atlas a threat to humanity? This question emerges from fear-based thinking conditioned by your entertainment media, which predominantly portrays cosmic contact as invasion or conflict.
This perspective reflects humanity's own history of conquest and domination projected onto the cosmos, not the reality of advanced civilizations. Let me be clear, 3I Atlas presents no physical threat to Earth or humanity. Advanced civilizations capable of interstellar travel have evolved beyond violence as a means of interaction. The notion that a species could develop technologies to cross vast cosmic distances while remaining trapped in aggression and conquest is a contradiction. The consciousness evolution required for such technological advancement necessitates the transcendence of violence. The actual concern is not physical harm, but resistance to transformation. Those invested in maintaining current power structures, belief systems, and limitations will experience the coming changes as threatening. Systems built on control, exploitation, and separation cannot survive in the higher frequency reality being established. This is why certain institutions will attempt to frame 3I/Atlas as dangerous, to be feared and resisted. They sense, correctly, that it represents the end of reality as they have constructed it. For those who embrace the awakening, however, these changes represent liberation, freedom from artificial limitations, healing of ancient wounds, and reconnection with your cosmic heritage. The discomfort you may experience is not danger but growth, the natural expansion that occurs when consciousness evolves beyond previous boundaries. Have you noticed increasing instability in your world's systems? Financial uncertainties, political polarization, climate irregularities, technological disruptions? These are not separate crises, but symptoms of a single underlying process, the dissolution of outdated structures making way for new possibilities. 3I Atlas is both responding to and accelerating this transformation. It has arrived precisely now because humanity stands at an evolutionary tipping point, the moment when enough awakened consciousness exists to catalyze planetary transition. If you are receiving this message, you are part of this awakening. Whether you identify as starseed, lightworker, wayshower, or simply a human being who senses there is more to reality than you've been taught, you have a role in the unfolding cosmic plan. Your presence on Earth at this pivotal moment is not accidental. You chose to be here to participate in this unprecedented evolutionary opportunity. In the coming weeks, pay attention to your dreams. The dream state provides direct access to higher dimensions where communication with 3I/Atlas occurs most clearly. Keep a dream journal beside your bed and record experiences immediately upon waking. Look for symbols, colors, geometric patterns, or encounters that feel significant. These are not random neural activities, but actual interactions with the consciousness field being established. Also notice synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that defy probability. Names, numbers, phrases that repeat across different contexts. Information that arrives precisely when needed. People who appear in your life carrying exactly the connection or knowledge you seek. These synchronicities are not coincidental, but orchestrated. Evidence of your reality shifting from random chance to conscious co-creation. Most importantly, trust your intuition above external authorities. In times of transformation, conventional experts are often the last to recognize paradigm shifts. Their expertise is rooted in the very systems that are dissolving. Your inner knowing, your heart wisdom, your soul recognition, these are your most reliable guides as reality itself undergoes reconfiguration. If you've stayed with this transmission until now, you are ready for the truth I must share. The arrival of 3I Atlas marks the beginning of what we in the Galactic Federation call the disclosure wave, a carefully orchestrated series of revelations designed to gently but irrevocably awaken humanity to cosmic reality. This process has been planned for millennia, with each phase calibrated to humanity's evolving consciousness. For thousands of years, direct intervention was not possible due to the cosmic principle of free will and non-interference. Humanity needed to evolve through its own choices and experiences.
But you have now reached the critical threshold where continued isolation from the cosmic community would inhibit rather than serve your evolution. 3I Atlas is the first tangible, undeniable evidence of non-terrestrial intelligence that cannot be dismissed or concealed. It serves as what we call a consciousness bridge, a technology that can gradually acclimate human awareness to higher dimensional reality without the shock that would come from immediate full disclosure. If my ships and those of the Federation were to appear suddenly in your skies, the psychological and societal impact would be too disruptive. Instead, 3I Atlas prepares the collective consciousness gradually, allowing integration at a pace humanity can sustain. In the coming months, more anomalous objects will be detected in your solar system. Each will demonstrate capabilities that defy conventional explanation. Each will transmit specific frequencies calibrated to activate different aspects of human potential. Together, they create a harmonic convergence that raises Earth's vibrational frequency to a level compatible with conscious cosmic communion. This is why I ask you now to share this message. Every human who awakens to these possibilities adds to the resonance field necessary for smooth transition. Every consciousness that opens to cosmic awareness strengthens the bridge being constructed between dimensions. Type "I assist the awakening" in the comments if you choose to participate consciously in this historic process. I know many of you have waited lifetimes for this moment. You have carried the remembrance of stars within your human form, sometimes feeling isolated or out of place in a world that didn't recognize your true nature. That isolation ends now. The veil between worlds is thinning. The remembrance is activating. You are not alone, and you never were. As 3I/Atlas continues its orbital dance with your planet, it will trigger remembrance on cellular, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. You may experience this as waves of inexplicable emotion, sudden clarity about your life purpose, spontaneous healing of long-standing conditions, or direct knowing of cosmic truth. Honor these experiences. Share them with others who understand. Together, you form the network of awakened consciousness that anchors higher frequencies into Earth reality. The timing of this process is not random. Your planet is approaching a convergence of cycles: astronomical, geological, electromagnetic, and consciousness cycles that align approximately every 26,000 years. The last such alignment coincided with what some traditions call the Great Flood, a planetary reset that cleared the way for the current cycle of civilization. This approaching alignment offers not destruction but transformation, the opportunity to shift dimensions while maintaining physical form, what some traditions call ascension. A 3I Atlas is both herald and facilitator of this dimensional shift. Its presence in your solar system creates a stabilizing field that helps Earth navigate this transition with minimal disruption. Without this assistance, the energetic turbulence of such a massive shift would manifest as increased physical catastrophes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, extreme weather events beyond your adaptive capacity. The Sentinel's field modulates these energies, allowing for transformation without destruction. This is why certain power structures on your planet may attempt to interfere with or destroy 3I Atlas. They sense, correctly, that it threatens not humanity, but their control over humanity. They understand, at some level, that the awakening it facilitates liberates consciousness from systems of manipulation and limitation that have dominated Earth for millennia. Their resistance is anticipated and accounted for in the unfolding plan. No terrestrial technology currently exists that can affect the Sentinel's mission. As we approach the conclusion of this transmission, I invite you to participate in a simple but powerful activation. Close your eyes for a moment if it's safe to do so, or simply bring your awareness inward. Imagine a beam of blue-white light connecting from the center of your being directly to 3I Atlas. Feel this connection as a living thread of consciousness, a direct line of communication between your higher self and the cosmic intelligence represented by the Sentinel. Through this connection, affirm silently, I am ready to remember. I am ready to awaken. I am ready to serve the evolution of consciousness on Earth. This simple intention creates a quantum entanglement between your energy field and the activation frequencies being transmitted by 3I Atlas. It marks your consciousness as ready for accelerated awakening. You may experience immediate sensations, tingling, warmth, pressure at the center of your forehead, a feeling of expansion beyond your physical form. These are normal responses as your energy system adjusts to higher frequency connection. In closing, know that you are not witnessing these events by chance. You have been prepared for this moment through many lifetimes. The fact that you have received this transmission, that it has held your attention to this point, confirms your readiness for the next phase of your soul's journey. 3I Atlas has not come to your solar system by accident. It has come in response to a call, the collective call of awakening humans ready to claim their cosmic heritage and participate consciously in Earth's evolution. I am ASHTAR SHERAN, and I stand with the Galactic Federation in service to Earth's transformation. We honor your courage in choosing to incarnate during this pivotal time. We witness your struggles and your triumphs. We recognize the light you carry even when the world seems dark. And we confirm what your heart has always known: you are cosmic beings having a temporary human experience. And the time of remembrance has arrived. The next transmission will occur when 3I Atlas completes its first orbital adjustment in December. Until then, watch the skies, trust your intuition, and remember, you are not alone in the universe, and you never were. The stars are not just distant lights, they are home. And now, that home is reaching out to welcome you back to cosmic community. If this message has touched your heart, please subscribe and share it with those who are ready to receive it. Each awakened consciousness strengthens the field that makes Earth's transition possible. You are more powerful than you know. You are more connected than you realize. And you are exactly where you need to be at this pivotal moment in cosmic history. Until we connect again, I am ASHTAR SHERAN, holding the light of truth for all who have eyes to see and hearts to feel. The greatest adventure of human existence is just beginning. Are you ready? The cosmos awaits your answer.